please stop listening to the narrative that men don't care about your career.
Can't help but think about how turned off women get when men lead with money and end up having nothing but unavailability.
You better not. That's between you, him, and God.
He perceived me as more wealthy than I was.
Hating these young girls, hating these young women, hating these adult women that they carried, gave birth to, was meant to nurture and protect.
Welcome back to More to Life. Guys, I gotta say this, I'm out and about. I had to take care of some errands, but while I'm out, I'm gonna give you guys a video. So without further ado, let's get right to it.
We hear women come up and talk about how successful they are and how intimidated men are, and they never say a word about their character. And I just can't help but think about how turned off women get when men lead with money and lead with accomplishment and end up having nothing but unavailability and coldness and lack of emotional development, because that, unfortunately, is what it takes to succeed in certain career fields. You can look it up. And for some reason, women think that the success that they've amassed has somehow happened without them becoming devoid of a lot of the personality and relationships that men are devoid of. And they flex their accomplishments and money the same way men do. And somehow we make it different every time. Every time. No disrespect to you, but you didn't say about being a good woman. Nothing. Why you didn't say no. I'm just gonna, all that, bro. Didn't say nothing about.
I can tell you.
This is about a larger point. This is not about her as an individual. We don't hear I'm successful, I got my degree, and I've been in therapy the last 3 years working out my issues. I just bought a house, and I also identified my childhood trauma, and it took inventory over my baggage, and I got it out the way. Oh, also I'm loyal. My time management is on point. I do what I say I'm going to do. I'm considerate. We never hear any of it. What I hear is when men say that y'all act like, when men say that y'all have turned into alphas, what we're talking about is the worst parts of manhood. Y'all have taken it on. Now, the problem with men is that we won't admit that those are the worst parts of us too.
Yeah.
But shorty, y'all have taken the worst parts of what it means to be successful, and y'all wear that like a badge. Look at what it's done to us. If you need an example of what it looks like to only live in your accomplishments, look at the black men around you. You in a city full of them. Look at how devoid they are. Look at what it took them to get to where they are. Look at how underdeveloped some of them are emotionally. This is what you want? Is this what we're going to do, to let accomplishments be band-aids for that?
Yeah. He went in. Isn't he right? Men have been dealing with this for so many years. They use it as a badge of honor. When guys don't really care, it doesn't serve me any, right? Guys don't care. What made me marry my wife is that she can serve me. That's all it was about. That's all I cared about. Yes, she had degrees. Yes, she was accomplished. What I liked about her is she didn't say any of it. I got lucky. She didn't say, oh, I got this degree and that degree. All she cared about was having a husband. It's time to get back to the basics. Seriously, a lot of ladies out there need to get back to, I can cook, I can clean, I know how to wash clothes, I know how to clean the house, even sometimes yard work. I know that's for a man to do, but still, the more you can do also, I can take direction. That's all a man cares about. Especially a man who thinks like I do, a man who's trying to strive for more, or that's figured it out already. He wants a woman to get in line. He doesn't care about what you got. They're gonna learn. They're learning right now. They learn the hard way from being single. It's sad though.
And can have multiple men. It's just not accepted. It's not good. It's certain things you cannot do. So you have to act accordingly. And if you're going to do it right, you walking by, baby. If you're going to do it, You better keep that lie forever. You better not. That's between you, him, and God. And I don't care if somebody saw you, it wasn't you. You never say you did it. You hear what I'm saying?
You never say you did it.
Never say you did it.
So you take it to the grave.
You take that lie.
Pure evil.
To the grave. Even that man, even if the man said you did it, he a lie. You know what I'm saying? You don't even tell him you did it, and that's the one you did it with.
Ooh. Ooh.
You don't tell that as a woman. Man, I'm telling you, don't tell it either. But some kind of way, y'all dumb get found out some kind of way. But to get back, you think you getting back with a man by cheating on him and then letting him know or finding out? That's a good way to lose your man. Now, if you don't want him, just let him know. You know what I'm saying? But to think that you're going to get back with him and keep your man, chances are, it's an exception to every rule, but chances are you about to lose that damn man, okay? Dr. Heavenly look real good, but this is Dr. Heavenly with some relationship advice, okay? I smile by Dr. Heavenly. Tell these little girls what to do. How you turn
Foul. Trifling. You got to watch out. See, in order for you to know, if you know the lady you're with is a certain way, if you know it's in her demeanor, trust and believe she's most likely done it. Yes. Guys, that's why I ended my last relationship. I trust and believed that she was that type of person. I've already known her for being like that. So I left. You gotta be like that. Yes, it may seem harsh, but it's not harsh. Why? Because some ladies are smart like that. Take it to the grave. So the way that I smart them, if you feel something's off, run. Don't continue the relationship.
Tonight, this video of a principal getting slapped to the ground is turning heads in the city of Plaquemine. On Monday, the principal at Iberville Elementary was watching a basketball game when police say she noticed young children walking onto the court while the game was being played. You can see the principal getting up so the little kids didn't get hurt. At least 2 times she pulls the kids back while the game is in play. At some point, Plaquemine Police Chief Stephen Angolio says words were exchanged, and the mom was having none of it. After the principal was knocked to the ground, you can see she grabs a napkin to wipe her face. Police say she had a busted lip and a head injury. Tonight, Alicia Parker, the mom seen hitting the principal, is facing felony charges: battery on a school teacher, resisting officers, and disturbing the peace. Another woman who also got involved is also facing charges. Jamisha Godshaw charged with assault on a school teacher, disturbing the peace, battery of a school teacher, and threatening a public official.
You get in a fight at a public event, you're going to jail. Nobody wants to come out and go to 4th of July's and Mardi Gras parades and ball games and see that. And I don't blame them. You know, before it was like escort them out, write them a summons or whatever. You get in a fight, start any kind of fistic ruckus at a public event in Plaquemine, you're going to jail.
They deserve to go to jail, and they need to get prosecuted to the fullest extent. Because we already know how it goes. I'm sure they're probably felons already, so they may not get off, you know, with good time like they do ladies. Here's a tap on the wrist. All right, now go home. Be a good girl. No. They deserve to be locked up like the convicts they are. And I'm not just saying that because they're black women, right? But it's sad because they're black women. I don't want to see my fellow people acting like that.
Ladies, I got a question for y'all. When you cheat on your mans, what did you do for him to never find out? Because we all know there are some women that cheat on their husband and the husband will never know. He'll never know. So what do y'all do for him to never know?
See what I'm saying? You see? It's a thing. If you feel that way, like, I'll give you an example. If you know for sure something's happened in the past, you have clear evidence, go with your gut. Go with your gut. Don't second guess yourself. You don't want to be sitting around like how this guy's asking questions. What do you do for him to never know?
When you know, you know.
There's ladies out there like that. And most of you guys probably came across them. I would love to hear down in the comments. Any guys that came across that in life, let us know down in the comments. Because, yeah, some ladies are foul out there. and say they did it and then you found out later. That's where you gotta go with your gut. But let us know down in the comments.
What I've noticed is joining this WhatsApp group or follow for follow. That's good because it's raise your following. Yeah.
No. Guys, don't get caught up in that nonsense. Follow for follow. I remember one time that was a big thing in the Philippines on YouTube. And people were doing follow for follow to get their accounts up. I would go to those follow for follow groups, but not for followers. And talk to people, hey, do this and do that to get a real following. You can't get followers just doing live streams and follow for follow. That's not gonna work. You're gonna be dead in the water. You'll never make no money that way. You're beating a dead horse, but so many people kept doing it and tried to strive doing it. A lot of them got monetized, but are they making any real money? No. Don't follow for follow, no blame.
I'm really just up because I need somebody to talk to. Like, this single mom is starting to get to me. Okay? It's starting to get to me. So I had to compose myself because I'm literally keep crying. Like, y'all, this is so hard. Every time I feel like I'm doing good, I go back. Okay. So boom. Okay. My kids' daycare, I just got school readiness, like assistance to help, right? So they helping me and then turn around like, okay, before that, I ain't paid my rent. Like, my rent ain't even paid. It still ain't paid. And I was like asking my daycare, like, oh, basically like, oh, can y'all work with me so I can pay my rent and I can pay y'all like next week? No, if y'all don't pay, they can't come. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So I had no choice but to pay the care, or they couldn't go to school because guess what?
Guys, I'm gonna pause it right there. The reason why I'm pausing is I reacted to this video before, but I wanted to react again. To make a point, hit home. This is why men are clearly not dating single moms, right? They don't want to deal with that headache. You dating a single mom, oh, you know, my kids, she's young, she'll be the one to ask you, you got some extra money? I gotta pay this rent. You got some extra? You got something you can lend me? This is what men are saying. No. No, I don't. I'm not your helper. I'm taking no part in that. Not because I'm mean. I'm a nice guy, just like you guys are nice guys. Do you want to have? That's the thing. See, a lot of people don't understand. Like, even people ask for money in the street, right? They don't understand that's not money you want to part with. It's the general purpose, right? I don't want to part with that money. That's money I have that's budgeted for me. You're not my plans to give extra money. Same thing with a single mom. Don't do it.
Ladies, please stop listening to the narrative that men don't care about your career or recognize your value as strong, capable individuals. I don't care what you've heard, a man of true value and substance is going to put importance on the woman that he plans on spending the rest of his life with. You know, the one who's going to play an integral part of his success and bear his children, she has importance to him. And to be honest, men really don't care about the income. It's not about the income that she brings. It's about her substance, her value. Ladies, please remember this, please. A man's wife is often seen as a reflection of his character and image. Never forget that. Quality men will choose women with a vision. So focus your energy on personal growth, whether that looks like excelling in a top-tier job.
Where is your husband?
Or being like an amazing traditional housewife. At the end of the day, what matters most to men, and especially when it comes to marriage, is that you bring value and peace to the relationship. Don't ever let somebody try and tell you otherwise.
She's right. Of course men care about substance. You didn't say, well, you said men don't care about money, which is true. Men do care about substance. Like, men care what kind of values you have, not about your career, not if you graduated college. That's a good telltale sign that you don't mind working, right? And the guy, yeah, okay, if I have a kid with her, I went to college, she went to college, the kid has a more likely chance, is more likely to go to college and succeed. But What a guy wants to know is what she said, and she's right. That's what a guy wants to make sure is the character's right. Little things like that, very important.
Of course they do. People in general are very superficial. They care about what you're driving. They care about what you're wearing. Maybe some men are not as versed in brands necessarily, but like, for example, I dated this guy. And
I got to pause it right here because this is what she said to this lady. It's funny they try to say men don't care that what women do for work. We don't. It's such a lie. Most men care. She didn't say, hey, what woman does. Even mediocre men care. Now, a guy cares somewhat. If he wants you to go 50-50, a guy doesn't want to bum. Yes, not about what you do. He wants to make sure you're not a bum. So a guy cares if you do work. Let me repeat, but he doesn't care how much money you make or what you do. Because a lot of times, he just wants you to contribute. No man is going 100%. Learn that, ladies. And you see so many, oh, go to France, guys are dating women there. Like crazy. Like they're more on 50-50 over in France and Europe and those places like that, more than America. But let me let her finish.
And he was a doctor, and I like wore these earrings back in the day, right? They're like $10 cheap earrings. And he like complimented me so much on the earrings. I didn't realize at the time he perceived me as more wealthy than I was. But then he saw my car, like I was driving a Nissan Altima, right? And he's like, is that what you're driving? And I'm like, yeah, why? So like I saw it in his eyes, he judged me, right? But at the same time, even if you're not a status, even if you don't have money, do not fall into this manipulation when men are trying to lower your standards only because you don't make as much money, because you are valuable as a woman regardless, and as a human being regardless of your income. So men will do that. They will try to degrade you and try to lower your standard and use you only because you don't make as much money as them. But I've always given myself grace. I understood that I cannot compare myself, you know, and he was like around my age, and that's why when I realized like I need to date older, because people my age, I was in my 20s at the time, are not mature enough to understand that you cannot compare yourself to me. I'm an immigrant. 2 years ago, prior to us meeting, I did not speak English. I did not have any American education. I had no idea about mentality. I had no idea about how to get a good job. Like when I moved with $50 in my pocket. I literally had $0 to my name. When, you know, his parents helped him and at least he had a roof over his head if something happened.
I'm gonna stop it right there. I see what the dilemma is. She's an immigrant. She thinks men care. There are, let me repeat, there are some men that do care. But most, they can care less.
Can we talk about women reproducing before healing and creating little girls that they're jealous of? Can we actually talk about it? I'm talking to women, but black women in general. I've just seen this common denominator where a lot of women, they're not healing, they're creating children, they're birthing children for the simple fact they need a person that exists that loves them more than anything or anyone has ever loved them. And then they're not healing from their trauma, and then they're raising this child, because some of you are hating them from their barely infants, hating these young girls, hating these young women, hating these adult women that they carried gave birth to was meant to nurture and protect. And it's actually quite a sad thing that it's becoming so common.
Yeah, that's treacherous. That's treacherous. So many women do that. They have kids and they're not healed at all. They have a kid just to have a kid and trauma them. That's the worst thing on a child. And this child grows up not knowing why they hate men, not knowing why they have, what do you call it? A cold shoulder to everyone. They have a mean approach, almost mean mugging for no reason. They're walking around like the what? MBW, not the BMW, the MBW. The mad black woman, right? And it's a nightmare. All created because of a mother wanted to have someone, or this is what happens, which worse. This is worse. They had that baby to keep a man. A lot of that's going on. Yeah, guys, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. See you next video.
Coming.